All right, hello. Tonight I'm going to do some random coverage here. Let's start with one of the things I was thinking about doing recently is Cerakoting. So I'm starting to gather the pieces. One piece that's kind of important is the sandblaster. I have a sandblaster cabinet that I got off of eBay, and because Voden recommended that they're fairly cheap, so he's right. It was like $100. So again, in full poser mode, I'm buying all this stuff, and then I don't know if I'll use it more than once, but that's half the fun. We'll see how much I end up using things. Another thing I had a hard time figuring out is maybe what kind of beads to get, what kind of media to put in the sandblaster. Did a bunch of research. This one seemed correct. I mean, you got to do a bunch of conversions, but because I think he was saying diameter of 300 to 400 microns, which I feel like I looked up and matches this. So this is for roughing up keycaps just enough to make them look brand new, especially if they're all shiny from overuse by the previous person. So that's what this box will be for. But there's other, for example, the Cerakote, you need to rough up I'm going to need to rough up the ABS plastic, but I believe that'll be a different grit. I started to look that up, but I ran out of steam, so I haven't purchased that yet. I also don't know how much I'm going to need. Like the 8 pounds is what that box is, but the cabinet's a 25 gallon, and obviously that's like less than 1 gallon, the thing I got. So, and I think it siphons up from the bottom of the sandblaster and to shoot it out the gun. I also need an air compressor, which I haven't bought, but I've been researching and I think I know what I want. But again, all the people, have a lot of flame wars about what's the best kind and what works. But I like one guy's video that's like, it's very specific to what you're trying to do. So for example, for the sandblaster cabinet, I need like 5.2 CFM. So I think I want something that'll do 5.2 CFM at maybe 40 PSI, and so then it would be higher at 90 PSI, like 7, or let's see, no, it gets lower as you get higher on PSI. So something that's like 7 CFM at 40 and maybe 5 at 90, that's kind of what I'm looking at. And how many gallons do I want it to hold? The one I was looking at is maybe around 15 gallons. Haven't ordered it yet, still thinking about it. One of the things that led me to really go for it was I called Cerakote and I talked to them about what I would need. I was thinking, how am I gonna bake? Because Cerakote is a ceramic paint that makes a very thin layer, and you need to cure it in an oven. And so ABS plastic, it's maybe something like 150 degrees for 2 hours. By the way, I'm getting into this backwards, but one thing I thought of is, okay, we got all these old keyboards that are 30 years old. They're yellowed, a lot of them, because they're beige ABS, and beige is out of vogue right now, I guess. And certainly yellowing, I would say, isn't that pretty. So we can retrobrate to reverse that. I've tried that on one keyboard so far, and I plan on doing it on some others, but another idea might be to just Cerakote that 30-year-old plastic, and then it'll look like, some crazy modern stuff. So I bought the starter kit for Cerakote. I'll show you that a little bit more in a minute. But anyways, one of the things is curing, and so I was like, man, do I need like a $600 oven? Or I saw a guy that like Cerakotes, BMX, or not BMX, but motorcycle parts, plastic parts, and he was just using an oven in his shop. Like, I also don't really have a shop, but after calling the Cerakote guy, he said a lot of people are using smokers, so I tried to look up one that my use case is I want to Cerakote 30-year-old keyboard cases. So I got a smoker that I think it's a vertical one. It's going to be dedicated for doing the Cerakote process. So I think it's going to work great. It's a Charbroil, and then this is the cover for it. I'm not going to haul the whole smoker in here, but you can kind of see the guy in front of it. So you can imagine keyboard case, top and bottom, maybe hanging vertically in that inside that size of an oven. So I think I'm set for that. I also bought, let's see, along those lines, since I'm kind of all over the map here. Here's a Thermopro. This was the cover for the Charbroil smoker. This is something I wanted to put inside. It's got two thermometers, and you can do inside meat, but you can also do just in the open air. So I plan on putting one of these at the top and one at the bottom, so I'll be able to see. You know, I think it's got an analog dial on the smoker itself, but I want to see what the temperature's like at the top and bottom of the chamber and see how it matches up with what the smoker itself is saying. So that's this is a Thermopro measuring for that. So that's something I plan on putting in once I get that far along. Here's the Cerakote starter kit. Haven't really opened it. I'm saving it for you guys. So let's see. It kind of gets you supposedly started. So as you can see, there's let's just get all this out, maybe look at it on the table, because when you order your starter kit, you're supposed to put in the notes what 3 colors you wanted. I spent a lot of time looking at what colors I think I might want the keyboards to be that might be attractive. So this is a kind of a medium, you know, it's not top of the line or anything, but it's the gun for shooting spray painting, basically the Cerakote on there, and then this is a gravity filter, so you're going to mix the mixture and then some catalyst, and then you have like a couple hours to put it in here, adjust the nozzles to get the right spray consistency, cover the thing, and bake it. Of course, before you do all that, there's many steps to prepping the keyboard cases, things like roughing it up with a sandblaster, acetone to get off any gases or any other, you know, foreign materials that are on the surface there. You want it clean as possible so that the Cerakote will bond well with it. That sort of thing is like preparation. So yeah, acetone baths, things like that. So like I said, here's the catalyst. So I chose H series because it's got 100 colors, and there's a few I like. One of my favorites that I'm hoping to get to, I'm not gonna lie, is the GMK copper. I just bought in on all that. And there's a copper Cerakote that might look interesting on the 30-year-old board with MX in it, maybe. Oh, so here's my 3 colors. You can see I've chosen, sorry about the shine here, Keltec navy blue, cobalt, and Smith & Wesson red. It's a tad annoying that the whole industry seems to be for coating guns. Well, I'm going to use it on keyboard cases, but it's like, okay, my keyboard's going to have Smith & Wesson in the name of its color, and it's a little disconcerting, but oh, here's paint strainer. So this is, these are disposable strainer. I'm not quite sure why you have to strain it, but what do I think this is? Oh, this is when you're measuring, you know, when you have to know how much catalyst, how much paint. This is just a beaker to do your measuring. So it's a Cerakote 50 milliliter. Yeah, okay. Well, that's what I hope of interest to people. Eventually I'll be getting there, but it takes a while to gather the pieces. And so acetone baths, a piece I haven't figured out yet, and like I said, the air compressor that can handle the blasting and the spraying, multiple use air compressor. I've never owned one. All this stuff, I'm full poser. I've never done any of this stuff, so it should be interesting to watch my initial failures as we go and learn from them. But yeah, I'm heading towards Cerakoting. Like, wish me luck. Hope I get there sometime before too long. Yeah, this is gonna be a random video. That's a little bit about where I'm heading. This super random. Let's throw in this thing. Got this in the mail, and it required signature, and was in this packaging, and it came from the United Kingdom, and I guess it's, I had an obsession with GMK Phantom. I haven't bought my keycaps yet. They're expensive as heck on Mech Market. I'm hoping I can find a lazy person that just wants to get rid of theirs without checking the prices too much. Not likely. Seem to be going for around $280, $300 a set, which is kind of large and in charge. I live in Seattle. It's next to UW, Washington Huskies, which is, it perfectly fits the color scheme of the university nearby. And I like the colors, so I'm hoping at one point to get a hold of that set. This is a custom cable I ordered. I forget. Let's see if we can find the name if we look hard enough. Oh yeah, it's a hand note. Yeah. Pardon let me open this and we'll see where this was made, because honestly I couldn't remember ordering it, don't tell my wife. From Donnerville, Wellington, Shropshire, United Kingdom, from Pexon Audio and PCS. So two-tone GMK Phantom cable, USB-C. Yeah, it's USB-C on one end and normal USB on the other. Yeah, it's a nice little card. So I'll save that, I guess, and yeah, I hope to use it at some point. That was random. Now for some really random. Oh, actually, oh, by the way, they also included some Haribo. That's something I wasn't expecting when I've been reading Dust Authority or these other things. When people ship things to each other, they often a little gift that's local to their area or something. Not that Haribo's local, but it is nice to get a little treat along with the gift, with the thing I bought. Okay, you ready for super random? Okay, super random is, I got a couple things from the UW Recycling. They're very heavy. Here's one. I don't know if it'll fit in the view. We'll find out here. This is going to be fun because I haven't used one of these in a billion years, and it's going to bring back some memories, I guess. But this is an IBM Selectric II, and it was $5. Yeah, okay. So it's heavy monstrosity. I guess I watched some videos, including Thomas's review that he did. This one's got the cover case, I guess. From what I read a couple things. Before I get too much further in this, I was going to say, what can I do with this? Well, I guess I thought it'd be interesting if you could somehow get the clicks to actually register on a computer as a keyboard, but I didn't see really anything in that regard. But I did see more like teletype, where someone would type on their computer and then send it out to the Selectric and have it print on paper what's being typed, like the old teletypewriter days. That's not interesting to me, but getting this to work as a keyboard and print might be interesting, but I don't know. It's kind of like too much weight and stuff. It's just doesn't make much sense. The main thing I saw that made me buy these for $5 was the keycaps. I read that I believe they're possibly swappable with the IBM F series mechanical keyboards. So I thought minimally these keycaps are worth $5. But since we have it here and I have paper from my printer, let's see if it actually works as a typewriter. So I grabbed some paper out of my printer. I'm going to plug it in, I guess, is step one. Let's see if I can get this thing plugged in. Okay, I believe I plugged it in. Let's see if there's a power button somewhere. Jeez, I don't even know what I'm doing here, but we'll figure it out. Well, oh, here we go. There's the on-off rocker. and I'm not hearing anything. You know, this thing would make a lot of racket if it was gonna work. I don't know if I got the plug-in backwards. It didn't have like the one side fatter than the other, but I'm gonna switch it anyways because it's possible, I suppose. Oh, it kind of sparked on the way out of it. Well, that's funny. Maybe they actually used it till it died. I thought maybe it got obsolete while it was still alive and working. Oh, no, nothing. Well, no sense loading paper in if it's not gonna even fire up its electronicness. So, well, so let me show the other one just in case. I got two of them. The other one is prettier because it's, instead of beige, it's I think black. But I believe both the keycaps were the same. Let me move this one out of the way and bring up the other one. Ugh. These are heavy beasts. Okay, there's a nice little cover for it. Take that off. We got the cord out from underneath itself. Let's see if I can get most of it in the video here. Oh, actually, the keycaps are different colors. The one on the beige one we just looked at looks more black. This one looks more gray. So, yeah. Let me see if I can plug this guy in and have any better luck with the electronics. Give me a second. Okay. Oh yeah. I'm hearing some noise. Oh, this one is humming and whirring. Let's see if we can figure out how to load a sheet of paper in here. Oh yeah. Just like the old days. Should I take a memo? Oh, I forgot I'm a Dvorak typer, so it's all coming out garbage because I'm typing Dvorak. Return, okay. Hello world. Alright, that worked. Wow. It's kind of a, I mean, it's like solid metal, the whole thing throughout. This again is also an IBM Selectric II with gray keycaps. Wow. You know, I don't need one, but I'm kind of tempted to keep it since it works, but we'll see. Minimally, I might keep it if I can, but if not, I'll ditch it and just take the keycaps off. So I'm going to take the keycaps off the other one since it's uglier, and I only need, maybe if I was going to keep one, I'd only keep one, and this would be the one. It seems like it's working, and it has a dust cover, and it's prettier, and yeah, this one's a nice black. Cool, it worked. That's shocking. All right, I turned it off. Let me swap the gray one back, and then we'll proceed to take off some keycaps and see what it looks like. Let's see if we think we can save them for a rainy day, a day when I stumble upon an IBM F series from the recycler. Not likely, but you can always hope, right? You know, maybe I'd eventually buy one for collection purposes, but I don't know yet. Let's see. Okay. Pardon me while I get set up here. Okay, brown one's coming back. Alright. The brown $5 special. It's also correcting Selectric II. Well, what do you think? You think a keycap puller is going to be just fine on this thing? Let's find out, shall we? Oh, okay. It's like I saw in the video from, or my research actually showed me that it, would be a vertical slit of metal that this slides over. And supposedly that's the same as the Model F. The one I saw was people were loving, Selectrics that had blue keycaps because they go a certain, might look cool in your IBM Model F. But in my opinion, these keycaps are very cool. Very thick, double shot. Yeah, it's pretty nice. Let me see if I can zoom in up here and give some better detail. So there's the F key. Here's what the double shot looks like. Let's see if I can get it back in focus here. We can clean these up. I suppose I'll mark them that I need to clean them. Ultrasonic should clean up that junk. Alright, let's take them off. Might take us a while. They're on there pretty good, so pretty fun though. $5 set of keycaps. Wonder if there's a better way to pull them. I don't know, but nonetheless, it's an interesting find. Couldn't pass it up. Maybe they'll have some use someday for me. It's gonna be fun to have a bag of keycaps that on the outside says IBM Selectric II. Yeah, the inner workings of this machine, this mechanical type, all the levers and arms and how it pushes and pulls to achieve like capital letters and small letters, and that was pretty fascinating and fun to watch. I like when Thomas, this one I think he was serious when he went over the details, but I forget which one I was watching recently. It was a Hall effect something or other, and he just started making up funny words and saying, hope that makes it all clear to you guys, and it was a pretty funny joke. He's got a way with words to go with his DJ voice, his movie voiceover voice. These, I would say, are the most workout you'd ever have getting off keycaps. Will probably be this, I'd say. Nothing else would be this hard. Oh, that wasn't bad. Kind of curious. Stabilizers are always quite interesting. I've forgotten in the video or pictures that I saw, if these are dusty, I should put my gloves on if I can find them. Here. Gloves, there's a pair. Okay. I can smell the dust and age. I mean, this thing's pretty ancient, I would assume. Didn't look up the years for correcting Selectric II, but I imagine it matches up with, I guess I would guess like late 80s or something, or early 90s. I don't know. Alright. Some dusty, musty keycaps. Kind of rocking the table and maybe gonna spill my drink, so I'm gonna move it. Alright. So, as far as random videos, this one's got some randomness to it, doesn't it? After this, I might even, maybe while I throw these in an ultrasonic bath, I have a retrobraided case top that I kind of wanted to clean the main plate and possibly put it all back together to see what that looks like. So I might do that while ultrasonic cleaning is going on. Wow, these are hard to get off. I used to only have one keycap puller, but I bought a few more, so if anything's gonna break it, this feels like it. I don't think it can break, but if it did, at least I got backups now. Come on, okay. And there goes my video. It's about to, screensaver's about to kick in, okay. Yeah, this is a nice color for keycaps. White on dark gray or black. It's kind of attractive, I would say. Big old font, big old letters. Wonder what the normal Model F keycaps look like. Probably pretty similar, I guess. Some nice quality keycaps, let's just say that. It's gonna be fun to see after they're clean. So, I mean, there's no numpad or anything, so full keyboard, it won't work, but I guess for the alphas and the number row, should be fine. Whoa. Oh, since it popped near one on the floor, let's show you the difference between the two colors. I'm going to pull it off the other one. So this one on the the other one's a black case, so they chose a a gray keycap set as opposed to this one that's beige or gray, so it's the darker keycaps. But here's the difference in color between the two sets. Yeah. Interesting. Okay. Put the K back on its key. Over here. Nice. Wow, I was so excited that plugging in the black one, it just whirred to life and was ready to start typing. In the days before there were such things as monitors, you had to type it out on paper. Those days are gone, aren't they? As you can see, it's a bit of work to reclaim these guys. They don't come off too easily. Suppose I could raise it up so you can see. Let's see if I can raise the whole thing up so you can kind of see what the stems look like. Oh. That is heavy. Getting my workout in. I sure know how to find nooks and crannies. I was worried that one was going to go under the chair, but ricocheted just short. Time to fix my screen cap. Screen lock. Okay. Look at this awesome key. 1/4, 1/2. Not sure what that meant back in the day. Pretty sweet keycap. EXP, exponent, superscript, I suppose. I don't know. Oops. Yeah, you can just smell the. I guess it's the oil. Like when I've dealt with the other dirty keyboards, but this is oil, I guess, because this is a real machine. With probably needs. So it's kind of this oily, dusty smell that's pretty funky. And then when we get down to the end, are we going to dare try to remove that keycap on off and these rockers clear and set? We'll see if they come off. I don't know. Why not? Worth the shot. Come on. Okay. Slowly getting there. Keycaps are so big and fatty that they can't hide anywhere. They bounce off the edge of the chair without going underneath it. Oh. Okay. Lovely, lovely keycaps. For show. They don't make them like this anymore. Awesome scoop. Awesome scoop to them. I'm getting down to the wire. There we go. Hope I'm not like stripping them by not quite taking as great a care as I can on. Gosh, it's hard work, believe it or not. Okay. Well, now we're to the odd keys that are left. Let's try backspace first. It's like a 1.5 U or some weird width. Oh, check it. Here's the backspace, and underneath it's offset, off center. So that's interesting. Let's try shift, I guess. Oh, another straight. Oh, wow. Oh, it could go. It had a couple choices at least. Dang it, my screen's gonna lock again. Give me 1 second. Okay. So here's shift, and it's kind of got a choice of 1 or 2 sides, it looks like. Very interesting. As opposed to the backspace, which just had the off-center one. Huh. Okay. I assume, oh, maybe because right and left shift, maybe it's on the outer part of each of those, or I mean, whatever side it's on, it's using the certain. Okay, try again. Easier said than done. Wow. So this is, oh wow. So these are both shift keys, but this one does not have the double choice, only a single choice. So the single choice was on the left and the double choice was on the right. Don't know why they'd have a difference. Let's see what this lock has under it. Oh, these are hard to get off. Come on, stay on there. Hope I'm not scratching the keycap when it slips off, but oh, I wonder if there's something more special under this one. What else? I guess we'll keep going on it because it shouldn't be. I guess I'm gonna try the other corners, other two corners maybe. See if I can get some better. Come on, get on that corner. Huh. Yeah, this is what I wanted. Okay. Slightly off center. Lock. Should we try the tab up here? Whoa! Well, I'm at 6 feet in the other direction. I see it though. Okay. What do I got here? So this tab was right here. It was like this, so there's just one big gap for it right here. And it's kind of amazing. I guess when they go on that hard to their, you don't really need a stabilizer because they're just so solidly on there that you can probably push anywhere. Responds, I guess. Pretty funky keycap. Little tiny word tab. Okay, well, I imagine this return key is very similar to that. Okay. Interesting, yeah. Oh, wow. So this one was up here and this one was down here. So they're very different, not only in shape, I mean, but also in where the stem goes. Jeez, heavy construction there, huh? Super cool. All right, let's see if we can get out the correction key or whatever this thing is. That one was funny. It was like my golf shots. I didn't see it where it went way up in the air high, but then I heard it and saw it land over on my back left. Tiny little narrow key. Interesting. Would be fun to. What if that was your escape key? Where'd that little guy go? He's so weird. Yeah. Like this, like backspace, I guess. That'd be awesome. Pretty funky. It's like 0.75 U. I don't know, it's something silly. Probably didn't match a unit size back then anyways, whatever they were. Oh, here's the index. Oh, I don't even know if my roller can get. Okay. These are so cute. Little tiny guy. Index. That's awesome. Well, we're down to, let's get this one out. Only a couple left. Ugh, dirt and dust, poo-poo. Ugh, okay. Yeah, okay, there's some rust on that key, I guess. That one is just trying to deal with margins somehow. Well, let's see if we can get under this one. This might be a challenge, but okay, I think I'm under a couple corners. Taking a break. Not sure what's under there. One or two. It's a rocker, so I suppose it could be on, you know, two different posts under there. We'll see in a second, hopefully. Wow. Could be a completely different mechanism that's not meant to come out. But yeah, it's kind of what it's feeling like. I feel like I'm destroying my chip puller here, but didn't budge much or come off. I'm not too interested in taking off the case to salvage it. I don't know though, I wish I knew what was under there, but man, I was tugging on that thing pretty hard and it wasn't doing much. Huh. Should I give it one more try? Yeah, it's not coming out. Okay, I give up. Oops. Okay. Yeah, I give up on that one. Let's see. Spacebar looks like it's on two, maybe spots right here. So let's see if I can get. Oh, there's one of them. Let's see if I can get the other end off. Better not to break this. Let's see. Let's try. Come on. What's the magic trick here? Wow. I think there's some trick with the space bar as well, because I can't seem to get this side to come off easily. This side, oh, yeah, you can see it has a, I don't know if you can see in there, but it had a kind of like the normal metal stem swinging around. I was holding it. I think it's probably the same on this side. But for whatever reason, I can't seem to get it to pull off of there. Come on. We just want you to come off, spacebar, please. Let's see if I can get all the way around it. No. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I can't show you, I guess, but that was tight. Holy smokes. Sweating now. That's what the spacebar looked like, but near as I can tell, it didn't have three. It only had the two on the edge and wasn't using the center one. Hope I didn't gouge it too much. Getting it out of there. I suppose it's different plastic than the others. It's not double shot because there's no writing on it. All right, well, we reclaimed some keys. That's about all I can say about that. Don't really feel like fighting the rockers. I don't know that. Maybe before I ditch this thing, I'll read out whether these rockers are useful for anything. And then if someone says something interesting, maybe I'll come back and figure out how to reclaim them. But right now, not interested. That's too much work. All right, let's move this guy. He's dead. Okay, I gotta pause for a second because I need to blow my nose. And maybe I'll bring the ultrasonic cleaner up and we can talk some more. Okay, sometimes the audio gets distorted when I, at least initially, turn on the ultrasonic cleaner, but then sometimes it calms down. So here's our, just going to transfer our keycaps into the solution, which is 60 parts simple green extreme to water, or 60 parts water to 1 part, you know, super green or whatever it is. It's still the first batch of that cleaner, so it's getting a little dirty and I should eventually change it out, but it's the action of the ultrasonic that seems to work the best, and we'll see if it quits cleaning keycaps, then we can talk about it. But so I'm going to turn this on 7 minutes, and then I'll probably pause the video until it's done, and so we don't have the racket the whole time. The ones that tend to float seem like they have air bubble on the underside, so might want to turn them all on their backs. But okay, our 7 minutes is up, and oops. So I'm not sure how much soap sudsy stuff is still in there. It's not looking very soapy, but we'll find out when we go rinse it. So normally now I go rinse it with distilled water to get off any of the soap that is in there. So I usually do that by just transferring it over to this. Big guy out of the way. Yeah. Looks like it's time to swap the cleaner and the ultrasonic next time. But let's go see if there's any suds in what we do have. And we'll inspect them and see if they're actually clean or not. I'll be back. Okay. Didn't see many suds at all, so yeah, it's definitely time to clean my, add more, change out the bath that's in the ultrasonic cleaner for some more soapy stuff. I mean, fresh batch, I guess I should say. This is like a towel drying rack, so let's pour, see if we can get these keycaps out. keycaps. So. Yep. So normally I just let them dry on this mat for a while till they get all dry. Forget about them for a while. They're gonna have pockets of water inside there. Sometimes I put a space heater to blow onto them a little bit, but regardless, let's see. Let's examine a few. I'd say they're coming out pretty. Sorry about how bright that is, but looks clean. I mean, let's see if we can eyeball a few. I don't think I want to leave it up though. I want them down. So, but the white's where it would show if they're still dirty. So let's just look at them as we. I suppose we could rock them on their sides. That's the best. So let's do that. See if we spot any that didn't get clean. I have a seat here. And let's see what we got. Yeah, we'll let these dry out for a while, a couple days. If I was in a hurry, I could blow dry them or something, but or put that space heater like I was saying, but I'm not in a hurry, so chances are I can forget about them for a couple days and I'll come back later and they'll be absolutely dry. But don't want any residual in there, so I'll check, but we'll check that in a couple days, I guess. Let's see. There we go. They're all standing on their side. Yeah. Usually I'll set these aside on my same table, but over here out of view, so they have a place to dry. All right, that's kind of cool. Let me get my one keyboard I was working on. Yeah, I bought boxes, by the way. It was pretty fun, and things are more organized now. So like for example, each box has what kind of keyboard is in it, and maybe what the sliders are. And I have a bunch of keyboards that fit in this size, and then the ones that didn't fit I ended up putting in the U.S. Postal Service has, I had read from the Deaf Authority forums, and they were correct that for free they'll ship you packaging. So I got I think it's called the game board size packaging, and it can definitely hold all my oversized keyboards like IBM Battleship. And so actually I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of my keyboards didn't fit in these the standard size. I guess it's maybe 19 inches or 20. It's around 19. And so they went in the bigger box. But so this is the one I retrobrated. Yeah, I kind of just want to put it back together. Not sure I'd want to use it or if I want to clean it any more thoroughly. I don't know. Let's give it a look over and see what we might want to do. So here's the stabilizers and screws for the case. Here's the plate, and the motherboard is somehow all sandwiched in here. And then here's the bottom that I didn't retrobrate. And then the keycaps are, I guess I meant to keep them all together in the same boxes, but right now I do have some of my keycaps. I cleaned them, I believe. No, I retrobrated them actually, but they're sitting in a baggie nearby here. I can get them. But let's take a look at this. Let's say I think what I was gonna do is like vacuum this up minimally, but I didn't really want to take everything else apart. I might try, the only thing I've ever done before is like, I guess when I've fully separated things, is that a membrane under there? It might be, huh? I'm gonna push on one real quick and see if it, yeah, that's a rubber tactile, rubber membrane. So Acer dome with sliders is what this is. See if we can look down in. Yeah, there's the rubber down there. So, if I really love this so much and I wanted to clean it that much, then maybe I'd take it apart and clean off the membrane, the rubber domes, the rubber part. And then I could, if it fully came out, I could definitely clean these plates and things. So, but for now, I think all I want to do is probably hoover this and possibly put it back together, because I'm curious to see what it looks like back together after it's retrobraiding. I also think I was missing a key maybe over here that didn't get, and I found it at the bottom of my bucket, so that one I think might go on this board, so it actually might be kind of interesting because I think it's actually one key that didn't get retrobraided, so that'll be a comparison. And also the top was case was retrobraided and the keycaps were, but the bottom was not, so that'll be another way for us to actually have this hybrid cleaned board that's partially done and partially not, so we can see how retrobraiding looks, I guess. So yeah, let me get my vacuum cleaner if I can find it. Should be nearby. Yep, I see it. And then I need an ESD. I've seen, the other thing I was going to say is I could clean it a little better than just this and maybe an ESD brush. I could isopropyl maybe clean it up a little better. Let's just look at it after we do this and maybe we can decide. But I'm kind of impatient to get it back together, so might not do that. Okay, we got our vacuum cleaner plugged in. Let me get an ESD brush. Here's one. Okay. Let us do a little hoovering, shall we? Okay, well, that's about all I'm willing to do on this board for now. If it was some precious set, maybe I would care more, but I care more about seeing the results of the retrobraiding. So let me see if I can find the keycaps. They should be in here. Here we are, retrograde Acer 6511. Because also if I was doing this right, I probably would have separated all the stems, but half the stems came out with the keycap and half stayed in the board. So all in all, it's more hassle than I'm willing to deal with. So I think we're gonna try to put these on right now and just see how it goes. Oh yeah, here's the one that didn't get retrobraided that I think is the minus sign up here. So I might have to look back at, I forgot we gotta do stabilizers. That's gonna be annoying, but probably should do those first too, actually. Let's see. Stabilizers are in the box. What did I do with them? I gotta find my stabilizers and my screws. Let's see. Oh, they're right here. Okay. Okay, so let's take a look and see if we can figure that part out. Yeah, that's kind of annoying. I might have to pause the video to go see what the heck's going on with these, but where they came from, and I guess I should be putting them in my little tray. Actually, I'll save the tray for the screws. And we have one spring. And what do we got? Let's see if we can lay out our stabilizer parts here. See how many are the same. They all look quite the same, actually. Yeah, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them, and they all look the same. So I'd say here's 1, here's 2, here's 3, here's 4, here's 5, here's 6. And then spacebar, where's its stabilizer? It must be in that big bag. Yep, okay. And it's right here. Oh, and then as a reminder to my former self, I've got some brokenness here. I don't remember what happened, but likely the stabilizers on the spacebar or anywhere else, I often break things because I'm not delicate enough. So, but I can't tell if these were what they belong to. Likely related to stabilization though. So maybe this keyboard won't ever be functional again or not, but like I said, it was more for visual of retrobraiding, but I wouldn't mind trying to see if it worked as well. Let's see if we can figure out the stabilizers. So, I don't know, what would be one of them? A shift or backspace or plus. Here's one of them. Here's backspace, so it's gonna look like. Okay. Yep. I see. So these posts right here, one of them is probably broken off. It's those two little pieces. So, and I'm guessing it's a space bar, but so this one, I believe, maybe. Let's see. Let me pause the video, glance at my teardown, and see if I can reverse engineer this so we can get on with this. All right, I took a peek at the video and it showed, man, I already forgot. I got a short memory. Let me back up a tiny bit. Because I just held it up to the camera in my video. Okay. It was showing the bar being on the cap side, and then the opening, the open part on was what was attached to the board. So let us see if we can, I don't know, I guess we'll put them in one by one. So here's a shift, here's a space bar. What do we got? A backspace, which goes up here. An enter, which is probably there. And there was two shifts. I can actually see that it's wider than the enter, so whereas this one is not, and it's, so yeah, I think this one goes over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Plus goes higher, and then we got a 0 insert, I guess, and one more vertical one. There it is, enter. Okay. Well, let's see if we can get one of these in here. Let's try this enter key. So it's, I think I just said, yeah, let me play the video again real quick. So it's showing this part being clipped in down here. Maybe it's not even clipped. Yeah, it's just, maybe it doesn't attach. So let's try, so the way it was is like this. Let's see if we can push it in there. Okay, so this one's here. I suppose we want to slide that under there and then try to seat the enter key. That seems like what I wanted. Alright, let's try another one. We shall seat the stabilizer into the clicks into the, oh. Let's see what my dexterity's like today, not too great. Okay, one side's in, but I previously had this side in. Come on. Gotta get past this part to get on to easier things. Okay, there we go. So, actually, let me see what the video, whether the plus sign is facing up or down. Plus sign should be down and on the left. Okay, so I guess just to show what I got going on here, this is how I attach the stabilizer. Now I'm trying to get the stabilizer under its where it's supposed to go, and then feels right, feels fine. I feel fine. Okay. Okay, let's do 0 insert, I guess. Just work our way through till we get all our stabilized keys the way we want them. So again, this one's gonna okay. Now let's try, let's see. Assume we'll find which one's broken here in a minute. Jeez, this one definitely has a wider one that I didn't see or I'm missing. That's a little ouchy. I'm not sure how that's gonna work. Unless I use, here's another wide one. Yay! Had another baggie with that in it. Let's do that one then. Since it's the only other abnormal one. Well, in the space bar, of course. Okay, so we're gonna do this shift key. Just get it clipped in there. Oh. Sneaky little buggers. Okay, so that's in there. And it's sort of okay, that feels right. This enter, let's do this enter. It's got both its pieces to clip into. Okay, so now enter can go in here. Okay, and let's do backspace. Oh no, this is fine. Okay. I thought this might have been one of the broken ones, but looks fine. So backspace will slide under here and go there. Now what? Shift. This is the last of our little stabilizers, and then we got spacebar after this. Come on now.
This is for summer research. So it's for school stuff.
That's not right. It's a tight fit. Huh. Okay, half of it's in. I should get this other half. Huh. There we go. Okay, so this shift needs to get its things under there. Okay. That one's done. Now if we look at this space bar, he's got all his clips. So I'm not sure what these are. Maybe we'll discover it later, but at least as far as I can tell, this guy's got all his too. Let's see if we can get him in there.
So, what we're going to do here is log out.
Okay, so we got our spacebar clipped in. Now we're gonna do the same thing we did with the other ones, and then we're gonna, yeah, that's nice. Okay, that was easier than I thought. Okay, now we can move on to other things. Let us see, shall we? Maybe we'll keep doing those surrounding ones since that'll help us. So CTRLs go here. Alt can go here. Oops. I wonder what this. Wonder if I messed up. This maybe goes in the space bar. I don't know. Feels okay without it, but we probably should look on the video before we wrap it up. Caps lock is gonna go above shift. What else? Okay, we got another alt. We have, I'll save that for a sec. How about this one? Another control. Oh, that was not great. Okay. Complete miss. Okay. There we go. Okay, nothing's jumping out. I guess this one, tab. So that's going to go here. And then this one goes above enter. Wow. It's pretty white. First white one I put on, I guess, other than this one. Alright, what else we got? I feel like, what is this one? Yeah, okay, it's all, the rest are all smalls, I guess, so we can keep going here. Here's an arrow key. We'll save those, I guess. I can't quite tell the slope. Here's a home. Put home right here. We have an F8. It's going to go right here. Print screen, that's going to go right here. F7. Oh yeah, I forgot that some of the printing was coming off after retrobraiding. It's kind of sad to discover that. That's not the worst one either. I would say that is not a 0. It's also not an O. It's likely from the key. Whoa. What is it? Oh, I guess it is the O. Yeah, it's the regular O. So it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in. Should go right here. What do we got? A 6. Here's a 5. Here's a scroll lock.
So I think what we need to do is we need to log out of here and we need to log in to their profile. Because right now I think we have 2 profiles.
F4.
I think this is what's happening. So let's log out of here.
And F9. F2. Pause. F12, 10, 11, 12. Escape. Here's our escape key. Page down. As you can see, I'm kind of grabbing the gray ones first. Page up. I'm also staring at the video before retrobraiding, and man, those colors were bad. They look a lot better now. It's going to be fun to see once it's done. Numlock. Where is numlock? Apparently it's over here somewhere, because on my video I'm looking at the numpad area was already removed. Here's, what is this? Let's get a little mark on it too. How about, here's a 9. backspace equals dash 09. So we can put that in there.
Do you know your
2.
password for this one? Enter the last password you remember.
Piper, I would save that one for a big person. But let's talk later. 1, 2. Okay, F3.
Just 4.
This is nice looking now that I'm
I'll show it
putting it
belongs
back
to you.
together. It looks kind of fun.
Is this phone number ending in 1?
Let's see. Insert.
Is that yours? Okay. I don't have
What is this? A multiplication, probably over on the numpad. F10. What's this? 7. 7, 8, 9. Okay. I'll try to not make 7, 8, 9 jokes. 8. Oh, here's one that's really bad. The letter E. Lost a lot of it. I'll have to ask on this already what caused that, or if I did that, or I'll have to take a. Actually, no. You know what? I'm looking at the E before I even took it off the keyboard, and it looks like it lost its lettering. And same with the O. Before I even removed them from the keyboard, they were already that way. So that's good to know, because I don't want to be jeopardizing the safety of the keycap when in the process, in the way I clean. And so that makes me very happy that they were already like that, although I don't know how they got that way. So QWE, that is good to know. ER. Tilde, here's our corner key. This switch type doesn't feel that bad for remembering, but I guess I must be delusional. Plus equals, that's right here. It's pretty big, plus equals. Okay. 9 page up, must be over in the, here's F11.
What is this? Is this Gmail or is this
Here's the dash, and then dash and underscore. So X is right here. Del key must be over here.
these are all to that address? No.
What is this one? A 4. 2, 3, 4.
Did you take the PSAT at school?
6 on the num. Here's a 1.
And you probably had to sign.
Okay.
I think maybe
What's this one? A 2 down arrow, so likely over there. What's this one? An end. Okay, now where that goes.
this seems to be
Insert.
almost all I
Here's a Z.
too many sports.
What's this one? A 6.
So I think, Pepper, when you took the PSAT, did you have to log
5.
into cloud.org and create a
Picking the taller ones now. Let's see. UXV. What's this one? 0. It goes right there. What's this one? Delete. Been waiting for that. Right there. Okay, getting down to some letters here. What do we got? Another arrow key. Let's see. J goes down and over from. Okay, 5 on the num. S. W. 3. Our num row is complete. Whoa. Wrong 3.
on an iPhone, where in the settings
Where's my
for your
Where's my...
Well, we want to try to like check and
That goes over on the numpad. H, G, 7, I.
Oh, okay, so that's how you're logging into Apple.
What do I got here? 3. There's the real 3 for the number. What's this? An N. N goes shift, question mark, greater than, less than, M, N. K goes next to J, C,
Okay, so we can change the password for this guy.
L.
Yep, we can. You want to use the same password that you used for the other one? And keep it simple.
So this is a, apparently it's the greater than. This is a T, RT. What's this, a B? F1. Okay, the function row is done. Here's a funky, goes right here.
Okay,
What's this one, P? Q. Okay, here's the other bracket. Getting down to the wire here. This is the less than. This is question mark. What's this one? And on the numpad, I believe. A D. D's also missing. It's a little bit of its font. And looking at the video, it appears that that was also present before I got to it, before I cleaned anything. M. Here's an F. G, H, T, F. Okay. Oh. There we go. A. U.
Piper, is that just a password on the phone? The Apple ID password?
This is Y. Here's colon, that goes after the L. G. We're missing a quote, double quote for the main board, and then we'll be on to the, there it is. Okay, we're getting closer around to, oh, arrows, so this helps that 2 of them have posts and 2 don't. So that one's either, oops, let's get our arrows. Should be able to solve this logically now. So, one of these is down. The down's going to have a slope like that. Down, yes, is going to have a slope like this. So, if that's down, then this one must be left. That means this is right. And this is up.
What I'm thinking though is, when we look at this email,
Okay.
these look like
Now, I think I'll give me 1 second. I'll rewind my video on my Xbox that I had staring in front of me. Get that numpad back, make it easier to fix that.
school. And so here's what I think happened. When you're in 10th grade, you have to take the PSAT.
Okay.
And one of the things they make you do is they
So we got our 0, we got our 4,
count.
our 8.
And then of course they start scanning you.
Numlock goes right here.
but it's just generic, like school.
Slash goes right here.
So here's what I'm gonna do. Let's go.
Star goes right here. 1, 5, 9, 3. Del key goes right here. 7 goes up here. 6 and 2. When I'm looking at the video, this key was missing, and then like I said, in the bottom of my bucket I found this, so I'm thinking for sure that's the missing. It was missing at the time I was taking stuff apart because it had fell off and was in the bottom of my bucket that was holding several keyboards. Since then, I've since put all my keyboards isolated into their own boxes, so it's less likely to have things like that happen. So, let's see, normally plus and minus. So since the plus is on the left, I'm going to say the minus will be on the left. This is dirty. I should at least wash it. It didn't get retrobraided, obvious, but not that obvious, but let me clean this one by hand real quick with some soap, and I'll be back, and then we'll reassemble the keyboard even further. Alright, I'm back after a quick wash, and I believe this should go right here. Man, that E font looks so horrible, but let me show you, I guess. Get a little close up. This is looking really nice. This is a set of retrobraided keycaps. It's likely inconsistent. I don't know if I don't have an easy way to show before and after here, but it was yellowed more as it went down towards this corner, so this corner should still be a little more yellowish than this upper left corner. But overall, I'm saying, man, retrobraiding did a great job, actually. Yeah, okay, we'll keep going, see if we can put the case back together. So, here's our case. And I don't quite remember how everything worked, but I do have my video in front of me, so I'll see if I can keep rewinding and get back to how this thing came apart or went together. Let's see. I'm gonna mute it at least so we can don't have to hear it twice. Okay, there's mute. So this part of my video is showing how these two pieces that broke off over here, I think for when the case was, when I was separating the case, this thing was definitely, this was inside, and it kind of bent outside right there, kind of. I'm not sure. Give me a little bit of investigation time here.
Okay. So this is something separate, but when it's time to sign up for the SAT, and I think you should sign up in June.
Well, it might be hard to go backwards on this, but
When you come to sign up
I
for
really
the
had
SAT,
to.
through here. And these are this is the.
Give me 1 second while I
Has
keep investigating this.
scores that will send the scores to universities that you ask it to. So it's important for you to have your profile and to know how to get in. Now, Piper just did this yesterday, signing up for the SAT in March. When you do it, they ask you
So,
about what are you interested in? You know,
so the top was stuck together at the time. This area right here was problematic. The bottom was like, I could pry way open and way far apart. It was this top part that was super problematic. Also though,
Let's go back.
let me see if the top was, let's see if the keyboard itself, the inside was screwed to the bottom or not when I took it apart, or was it in 3 separate pieces? So when I took it apart, yeah, it was just resting in there, so yeah, no screws. But let me go backwards more and see if the screws, what they actually were doing.
So here we are, back at the line.
So there was one screw that was in the center.
We do this, and
That was the last screw I took out that I didn't notice at first was, shall we say, this one right here. And does it line up with, yeah, let's see. It almost looks like it lines up with this whole, oh, okay. Yeah, that helped me seat this now. This is seated, but this needs to crawl under here and get back to where it was. This should be flush though when I had it, yeah, like that, so. Where was that? I don't know. This thing appears to be getting in the way and I can't quite tell, so I need to look a tiny bit more. See if I can spot it. It looks like it was just sort of, could be wrong, but it looked like it was right in this spot here, but beats me on how you could know that, or maybe it's supposed to come over past this left edge. That looks more likely. Yeah, it doesn't feel quite right. It's this, you know, it obviously fits very nice and snug without this. But I'm having trouble spotting, maybe all the way over here. That looks like a good spot. So maybe over there, we'll see if I can. Oh, I wonder if it, yeah, maybe went along this edge here. Question is, did this? So this is snug when this is flush. There's a channel here that looks like the keyboard cable could rest on. Kind of guessing. Oh, okay, maybe something like this. Yeah, that looks better. Yeah, okay. Okay. Now let's see if we can put some stuff together with some elbow grease and nice. Okay.
So let's say, for example, that you are interested primarily in division and NCAA. So first of all, do you know the distinction between NCAA and
Breaking off more pieces as we go here. That's not good.
So this one has
So like I said, this was last when we were taking it apart. And then I had used a spudger to kind of get a lot of these separated, but now I want them to go back to where they were and connect. So, see if I got a spudger handy. I do or I don't? Yeah, I do. Oh, I wonder if this is the tag I had on that keyboard too. Let's put that back. But I'm hoping that if I push in on some of these, I'll get, oh yeah, I'll get it to seat properly.
Okay, so, you know, one of the things that we talked about is, like, would you want to make yourself? So, you know, in the US, we have very different cultures, right? In depending on where you are, your dad can tell you what it was like to live in California. On the East Coast, like in New York, very different, very different. Okay, so you have to think about,
I'm missing some key trick here. Not sure what it is.
there's the size of the school. Do you think that you would thrive in a university that has 30,000?
This side, like it or not, looks like it thinks it's close. At least, maybe not. So that seals that side, that seals this side. It's really just this whole front. Come on, let's finish this off. Can't wait to try this keyboard. Man. I don't want to break it. This has got a little lip that needs to catch on that lip, so it's almost like you pull it out to go in.
There's a lot of things to consider. Are they giving any money for school? Is it for athletics or also in this case, the one that we just read, they give money for academics. So Piper has
Let's
one of the
try.
best coaches for volleyball. She has, she's going to University of Arizona. They don't have any scholarships for beach volleyball, but my friend is getting a ton of scholarships for academics. And so it's not very expensive for her because she's a smart student, she had good scores, and they said, oh, we'll get you all this academic. So, programs, strengthening programs,
I don't want to force it, but this backside looks totally correct and fine. You get around to the side and get towards the front, and it's just got a gap. And it's got, those things need to get seated. They have like this thing under here that the lip they're going to catch on. I've been putting a lot of pressure, but it's, this one's likely broken. This one too. Yeah. No? Oh, okay, so, but it kind of feels like it has to go out and then back down and slide in, but I can't leverage out from, maybe. I don't want to break my,
this guy from Huntington College in Birmingham, Alabama, saying, Georgie, we want you to come. And you have to think, well, would I be happy in Birmingham? Yeah.
I mean, that's bringing it out, but it's not making it click or anything, so.
This is in, I think DePaul is in.
So what is it about this corner that needs to
So this one is just
latch properly? Does it go back? No. Does it go forward? Yes. Oh. Well, that just shifted it so that this side and back is now in. So it's focusing more just now on these last couple. So if we could get these two, we'd be done. I don't want to let go of this. I don't want to let go of here on. This all is right. Now it's just if we could get these two, we'd be done. Well, oh, this side's kind of done.
So that means it's a Christian school. Liberal Arts College in Hillsborough, Kansas. It's owned and operated by the Mennonite Brethren Church. It adheres to Anabaptist doctrine, so definitely like a Christian education. Average cost after
Yeah, okay. Looks like this part's less relevant. There's a latch on the top of the case that needs to come forward and overhang.
Oh my goodness, 642 students. It's like Redmond High School has 2,000 students. Tiny. That's like the size
Oops.
of an elementary school here, right? So
Yeah, I'm likely gonna break this if I keep futzing with it, but this needs to get behind this part of the case though.
Right? So this is just, it's what I mean. These are the considerations. Okay?
Come on now.
So
Come on. How did I do it down here? I don't know, but
so it would be a very, you would be surrounded by obviously people of faith and decide that continue to around that, or is that something that I'm gonna find no matter where I am? Right? Because like at UW, for example, there's tons of diversity, but you find your track, you find your people, right? So I just wanted to give you a couple of examples. So Denison, this is a Division III school. I remember his name, yes. I'm writing to let you know that we're interested in you after reviewing your profile. We feel that you might be a good fit. If we think so, fill out our questionnaire. We want to be able to talk with you. Please email me a day and time that we can contact you. After Monday, January 20th. So here's what I'm wondering. Like in Piper's sport, they're not allowed to contact the athletes directly until after a certain date. It looks like maybe I'm gonna write this down so that we find it. What is the contact date?
well, I'm stuck on these two pieces right here. Everything else seems pretty good. But we need to get these two,
after your software.
these two chunks
So there's rules too.
hooked under their
So, for example,
top layer, but I don't know how to do that.
in Ohio has a lot of universities. It's a pretty nice place. You know, it's also it's up here, kind of near Indiana, to the east.
I mean,
So, let's see. I actually know somebody who went there. Granville, Ohio.
come on, baby. I need you to click in, all right? I need you to click in now.
82%, that's much better than 50.
Or I can just break it because I'm getting frustrated.
More. 2200.
There's that one.
So you have to decide what I want to know. Everybody, like one of the things that's on there.
So I could break this to get this done. I don't know the right mechanism to, and hope the screws hold it the rest of the way, but
It's the Division 3 school, I believe.
we're down to, I broke this one halfway and clicked in the other half. So they're actually sitting pretty good if I can just get this one to do something similar.
Well, they'd love to have you because they want to be competitive. There's plenty of really great athletes that compete at Division 3 schools because they are very interested in the school. So Ivor has a girlfriend from volleyball, very very smart school, brilliant. She's interested in Ivy League schools like Yale and really smart advanced schools. She is a volleyball player and she's also a golfer, very good golfer. She would consider going to one of these schools because the school is more important than the sports. But
Okay, what do we got? Need one final push here of some kind to
like a Division 1
get that past its clicking point.
they,
It's a pretty tight fit. I can't even get in there to help bend anything or break anything currently. Ow. Oh, there we go. That didn't work. Brute force isn't working. But I did get in between where, yeah, I did get in where I needed to get, kind of, but.
I'm not paying you to become an engineer, I'm paying you to play volleyball. And so she's like, okay, I'll go somewhere else. Because being an engineer is important.
Just this one. Come on, figure it out.
Okay, so,
The world's most boring video.
you've got, let's just take a peek, Huntington, Pod, Northern Vermont University. Very snowy and cold for a lot of school year. Vermont is way up on the east coast. DePaul, Tabor, we already got that. So we'll look at, University of South Florida, Florida might be an interesting option. It's warm. Water, track program, I don't know. So you want to start to look at any of these schools that are interested in you. It's good to look at them too, do a little bit of research and figure out do I even want to respond to them? Let's look at what Damon says. Damon says,
Maybe two spudgers.
interesting.
Both prying it open to get it past the,
Maybe I click on
get it past where it needs to go.
But that's actually, it's good to know.
I do have more spudgers. I guess I'm out of ideas, so let's try that. Okay.
And you say, all right, well, what's the basic
Let's see if we can get two of them in here.
It's in an urban environment. Out of state tuition is
There's one.
it's actually very cheap. Division 1, right in the here.
Hope I don't poke an eye out. I just launched one of them.
There's more like
Okay, so there's that one. Here's another one.
there's 4,000. It's in Tampa, Florida. So let's go back to his email. Let's see what it says. So, Damon says, "Good afternoon. I'm the coach. If you would like to offer, please complete the online questionnaire for me below. I'd like to keep you updated with our team's progress. You can follow us at blah, blah, blah." So this one is, you know, he's a mass email. It's not, "Hey, Rajay, I've been watching you," but it's like kind of saying like, "Hey man, you're on my radar."
Maybe a flathead screwdriver force it? Okay, I should have tried this earlier probably. Less bendy than the... Oh man. That's not too smart. But I think it actually worked. And can't tell I messed anything up. Okay, I'm going to declare victory on that. Jeez. Now let's do the screws. I believe this one was longer. And then we have four in the four. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then probably this one that's long. So let's try that, shall we? I'll get a screwdriver. Maybe this one.
And then you have this list of like, "Oh yeah, I'm definitely good enough to run at these places, and I'm interested in them." And then
That doesn't feel right because it didn't,
so you want to then make that
didn't
list.
really thread very well or last very long.
And saying,
That's gonna be a bummer if it doesn't.
this is, in many cases, this is how
Oh, this corner's not quite right either.
well, they're
Shoot.
kind of long. I mean, we can look at one. Somebody asked you for
Here's a good view, by the way, of the, yeah, it's not quite seated right. Oh, there we go. Okay, this is actually a great view of the retro bright versus not. So the top of the case is retro bright, the bottom of the case is not. So you can actually see it on this edge, this yellowing here. Let's check out the other side. Yeah. Okay, back to our screws. Guess let me check the video real quick. See if that big one came out of the...
which, you know, you might as well, right? So,
where I think it did.
recruits and alumni. U.S. University of South Florida Track and Field Recruiting Questionnaire. Men.
Okay, I'm pulling it out, and yeah, it was the longer one, so...
Asks, like,
And...
so.
yeah, so...
Take a look at it. You can do it now. But
gotta try again, I guess, and see if we can
address, when you're graduating, your
get this to catch right on the below parts, because...
you only include your social if you want them to see it. Down here, it'll ask you about
Oh, well,
academic.
I don't know, man.
These are test scores
Maybe.
which you don't have yet, so you just don't.
Let's just call it good. It didn't feel like it screwed as far as it needed to, so I feel like it's not going through. Let's see if we can get these other... Those are short and quick. Just like the long one felt short and quick as well, but
That's what they're after.
let's see. 2 more. Then maybe we can try to work on the mystery of the spring. It's probably the space bar, but see if we can find it. Okay.
University of South Florida, it's in Tampa.
What I might try to do is print out a color photo of what the before retrobrite looked like and set it on camera with this, and so you can see before and after maybe. That's about all I can do. This is PS2, so I might try. I kind of like the feel of it, but it's probably because I put in that blood and sweat and tears to get it clean. What was I gonna do? Oh, let's see if we can see if the spring maybe went in the space bar. So that's the only thing left. So let's go find when I took off the space bar. Okay, I'm gonna actually listen so I can hear what I did right. See if I mention it.
So one of the considerations, if you went to school in Florida, one of the considerations is how often could I come home? Right? Like Rand comes home.
Okay, getting ready to take off the space bar. Wow, that was a dirty looking keyboard back then. See if I can see oh, there's a spring. I think it was right next to the hole, so yep, I see the spring. Yeah, poo-poo. Okay, so the spring was right here. Mystery solved. So let's get this guy back on there, and then we'll wrap it up.
So that is something to consider. Okay. Now,
Oh yeah,
you've got these messages. I think one of the things,
so the long part.
you need to make sure your profile is up to date, right? And I'm sure there's this way, like you probably want to add a few things, right? Like you can add your high school team. You could ask Coach Pete to write something for you for this website and include it. I wouldn't necessarily put training. Press is when that refers to when you show the newspaper. So like when
Okay, spring is back in there. Now, let's see, I don't have enough to test it right now. And I didn't wash the cable, but anyways, best I can do is maybe print. Let me pause the video and see if I can print the before pictures. Hold on. This is kind of funny, but this is my printout of what this keyboard looked like before. It's just a printout, but it's pretty accurate representation of how bad this keyboard looked. Like I said, I might have bleached some stuff out, but overall I'm very happy with the colors. Like, it definitely is a lot less yellow. We can all agree about that. So the keycaps are clean and brighter, and it's actually a pretty pleasant color. Happy with the results of retrobrating. Alright, thanks for watching.